So yesterday was not just sitting back and looking at the problem. It was talking about moving forward. It was talking about overcoming. It was talking about going ahead and trying to make a difference. But along with that is what we need is from all of us is a commitment, a solid commitment from our public officials that the example will be set in our government of honest dealings and personal integrity. That's where it will start. No sense preaching to other people if you can't set an example of actually doing, of actually walking the walk. We are about to enter into another program from that group, and that is the Florida League of Cities Building Citizenship in the Community Back to Basics, Civics, Civility, and Ethics. And yesterday, this group committed that this program will be carried into the schools and carried out in the public. And in June, our City Commission adopted a resolution taking this program unto us and making it partly our own. Well, the coming week, you will see the final stages of the budget determination, the budget discussion of our city. And this has been that perfect storm in the public sector. If you've read the Herald, I hope you do, because I would sure like to keep newspapers alive. I believe in them. I like going out in my front yard. I thought I have to get a dog here so I can go out and get the paper, but I go out and get it, and I want to pick up that paper off my front yard. And if you've read the Herald lately, you will know, and by the way, this does not excuse anything this city may have done or not done, or any planning we may or may not have done, or anything we may or may not have miscalculated. But the inference of some people that this city stands alone faced with challenges, that this city, because of whatever happened here, is facing these challenges where others don't, well, then please read that this is from Tallahassee and the state government to the county governments and the city governments, this was what we did not expect. And I would guess most businesses have said, and most major industries, the auto industry and everyone else have said, this is what we did not expect. And we did not expect. But we are trying to move forward, and we are trying to address the issues. I think I can state our objective. Obviously, I'm only one vote of 5, and I do not want to be quoted as speaking for the other 4 who are independent in their own thinking and independent in their own goals, but I have to tell you that I am convinced, and as you know, if you watch our chamber, or watch our commission meetings, you will know that some of us have differences with each other at times, which is what we should. And some of us do not agree, but I can assure you that I respect the other 4 members of that commission for having this community and you in their hearts as they take their position and as they move down the road. But as we go forward, I think I can tell you that the commission unanimously, and with the support and with the leadership of the administration, wants to do something that's very important, and that is to keep Coral Gables, to keep our services first class, to keep our people safe, and to do it at a reasonable, affordable price. But that's where the rub comes, and the definition of affordable, but that's what we have been openly debating and have received a good bit of input on in the last couple months. On the expenditure side, we are reducing the number of employees in the city. And by the way, I'm going to tell you this, and it's being done. I can't even assure you that reducing the number of employees is in the ultimate a good thing, but we're doing that. It's needed, and it's being done. We're enhancing efficiencies in our government operation, which we have done all along, but now we're ratcheting it up. We're freezing wages and other economic benefits to our employees, some of whom are in the room and some of whom are going to be contributing to the welfare of the city by that. We're instituting additional measures to bring down the cost of our pension plan and to reduce its exposure. And there's a moral debate here as to what we owe our employees. especially those who are vested in a plan that has been promised to them for many years. And yet what you and I, as citizens of this city, should be required to pay as far as what is an appropriate plan and what is an affordable plan, and what is a plan that we can actually look an employee in the eye and say it's going to be there for you when you retire. So all of those things play a part, but the bottom line is that we have been taking measures since the early 2000s on bringing back the cost of the plan. And this year, because of the circumstances, it has helped focus the attention of not only the administration, but the unions on the absolute need to reduce the cost of the plan. And we are doing that. The manager, who I'm not sure if he was fully introduced, but I would like you to meet your new city manager, a person who has been working overtime, much so, to get this budget together and to lead the commission toward a finalized budget which will be responsive to the needs of the cities. And I can assure you we have taken great comfort in his leadership in that. Mr. Pat Salerno. Pat, please. And I want you to know, Pat, and I have to tell you, we spoke at the beginning of this about challenges in our lives, and besides Pat getting here every day from Broward County, working extra long days, putting his heart and soul into it, not just doing it because he has to do it, but believing himself to be part of the issues and part of the challenges, even though new, wanting to solve them. He's put himself into it, and he has faced the fact that his wife, his wonderful wife Susie, has gone through some health challenges this week, and we want you to know that our thoughts are with her too. The fact is that Pat has promised us publicly in front of some of our harshest critics at the last budget session that he will continue during this coming year and years ahead to continue to work on those issues that I've just said. That they are not just one-time fixes, that they are not one-time solutions, that they will be continued and they will be sought after, except in good conscience, when we think that what we're doing will start negatively affecting the services that you depend on, your police, your fire, your trash, your garbage, your recycling, your parks, your recreation, to name a few. Because all those services come from this city, not other governments, this city, and we are proud of those services, not because we can go around as the mayor or the commissioner or the manager and say, we got great services, but because when we look you in the eye, we know you're being serviced and serviced well. And that will be a bottom line, that must stay like that. Well, they don't give me a lot of time here, so I will close, although I could keep you here for a while, and I would be glad to address many other issues. But you know, in boldly facing the future, let me mention a couple other things. In boldly facing the future, we do have items in the budget for capital expenses. These are one-time commitments. These are not recurring. You know where your money is spent that continues to cost you more and more? It's in recurring expenses. It's all in those personnel costs. And the personnel are great in the city, by the way. Let me tell you, they're dedicated, human, great public servants. But that's where the expense is. But these one-time costs of building a better city for the future, this is the moment. If we can all believe it. This is the low interest rates. This is the time where a one-time commitment can make a difference as we emerge from this economic doldrum. Plus, if we do it on borrowed money, this is the time for the low interest, and we spread the cost not just on your shoulders, but I've heard the manager say, on the shoulders of people for the next 10 to 20 years, so that people share the cost of these one-time commitments. Plus, this year we have the opportunity to do 3 I'll mention because they seem to be controversial in some groups, but 3 that I'll mention that are important in the city, and we can do them with the help of private funds, not just your tax dollars. The Cultural Center in downtown Coral Gables, the museum and the cinema, both supported by 501c3s who are out raising money to help the city make this happen and to help bring vibrance, cultural vibrance, to the downtown community as we emerge to bring people to our restaurants and our shops. The Country Club, who we are on the verge of reopening with a private operator, and guess what? The absurdity of leaving the club sit there vacant doesn't do you any good.